So what's better than breakfast?
Breakfast with a Bloody Mary?
Sounds a little brunchy to me.
Oh my goodness, I have the best brunch French toast recipe ever.
I probably have an egg recipe I could add.
So today on Between the Eats,
We're cooking up brunch. I'm gonna start with a potato hash. I'm actually gonna have salmon in it, and it's gonna have potatoes, onions, caramelized. But to do my potato hash, I'm gonna use this little clever device. It's called a mandolin. You don't have to have this, but it really makes your life a lot easier. And basically you set it to the thickness that you want for the potato, and you just start slicing that potato down. And as you see, get these nice paper thin layers of potato. And so see, once you have a nice little number of potatoes, you just stack them up so that they're kind of in an even layer. Grab your knife and shred your potato. And this is what you want to end up with. For the hash that I'm making, of course you could just dice the potatoes up, keep it nice and easy for yourself, keep them nice and diced, but I like a real fine shred. And while I finish up these potatoes, should you grab an onion and get that?
sure.
Thank you. Just take your potatoes, head over to your preheated pan. So while these brown up, let's find out what you have for French toast.
Oh, well today I have a panettone French toast.
Okay.
See this lovely little gift box. I get so many of these for the holidays,
Yep.
and I love them. All you have to do is like put a bow on it. And my pantry was full, and I said, what can I make with these? I'm gonna make some French toast. So it makes the best French toast. Has the raisins and then like a candied orange peel in it, so it has a citrusy. All right, why don't you slice this up for me? I'm gonna get started with
The custard.
custard,
Yeah.
like filling in a donut.
Well, what you're making turns into the filling of the donut, but it's probably, you'll think of it as the batter for the French toast, correct?
Exactly, yes, the dip.
The dip.
Okay, so I'm gonna do 6 eggs in this bowl.
This really reminds me of being at like my nanny's house.
I had
Christmas
mine
time.
too.
Yeah.
Oh, I know. Traditional Italian, mostly during the holidays is when it's enjoyed, but it's kind of like a fruit cake. It lasts forever.
The key to a good French toast also, and one of Terri's tricks here that she's not disclosing, is you want your bread to be dry. You want it like a dry bread, because if it's moist, it won't absorb as much of the custard or the batter that you're looking for. And the drier the bread, often you'll hear them say, use a stale piece of bread, a day-old piece of bread, and that's why. It acts like a sponge, and it'll pull all of the custard in and keep a nice moist center.
So I'm just whisking the eggs up. We're gonna add a little heavy cream. Just till a pale yellow. I have a cup here. I don't even know that we'll need the whole. Now I'm gonna add about half of our sugar, because I like to sprinkle sugar on while it's cooking. Little secret to get a little crunch on the outside of your French toast. We're gonna add some cinnamon, some nutmeg, and ground ginger.
Smells like the holidays in here.
It does. And then some vanilla. So whisk it all up really good. Now the way that to absorb all of the dip in the panettone is to put it in a 9x13 pan and let it all soak in.
There's a pan for you.
Thank you so much.
You want me to put the bread in?
Sure. And you know, not all, we don't have to use all of it, but just layer, however many fit in there. That's perfect. We're now gonna pour this over top and just let it sit a little bit while we finish up our other dish. Pour this on.
So while that's absorbing into the bread, let's move over and put all the finishing touches on our hash.
Great. Look at these perfectly caramelized onions. And is that your leftover salmon, David?
That is, and that's the beauty of brunch, really, is that you can grab whatever you kind of have sitting around in the fridge and just pull it together and make a nice meal for everybody. So the reason I actually caramelized the onions, though, instead of just putting in raw onions, is to add a little sweetness to counterbalance some of the other flavors that are going on. Also going in with that, I'm going to do roasted red peppers, which you just roast them off. You can even buy them in a jar. Doesn't really matter for brunch. And then the tartness to counterbalance the sweetness of the onion, I'm going to go in with capers. And capers and salmon are kind of a classic combination. You want to get salmon that you already have cook off, or you could also just buy a fresh salmon in the store and roast it off. But as you can see, it was skin on, and I like to leave it in just nice big flaky chunks of salmon. I don't want to break it up too much. Could you cut me up some dill, please?
Sure.
I'm not against dry herbs at all, but sometimes it's the fresh herb that you want. And in this case, it's really the floral notes of the fresh dill that we're looking for.
I am so excited. I've actually never poached an egg before.
Well, that's what we're here for, you know?
Yes.
Show how to do things.
Yes. Okay, show us. What do we do?
Okay, first off, the thing that you need to know is you need to have water that is at a very simmer type temperature, but not boiling.
Okay.
Boiling will destroy this. And what I'm doing right now is just getting a whirlpool started. And that's gonna grab the proteins of the egg and kind of hug it in. All right?
Excited.
So
okay.
it's very simple. Watch
Okay,
closely, you're gonna
watching.
do this, right? The test afterwards. Crack your egg into a container makes it a lot easier than cracking it out of the shell and into the water.
Okay.
Just take it like that, get your whirlpool, and as that water's going, you just gently slide the egg in.
Wow.
All right. Ready to give it a chance?
Yes, it looks like an underwater creature.
Yes.
Okay. Okay, I'll try. What was this you tapped it here?
Yep.
Okay.
Always want to crack your eggs on a flat surface. It keeps the shells from shooting into the egg.
So lucky you're here. All right.
And just slowly slide it off into the water. There you go. And that's it. So you want to cook them until the yolks are still nice and runny, but the white are all coated over. While the eggs are poaching, let's finish up your French toast.
Great. Let me grab my favorite pan.
Whoa!
All right, this is
Okay.
my favorite pan. I cook everything in here.
Is that not just a little too big for you?
It's the only thing that can, thank you. It's the only thing that can hold everything because like I come from a big family and I told you have
Sure.
to cook enough in the pan. So,
The other thing, you want that nice big surface area so that you're not crowding your pan. It'll help keep the heat up and get that nice caramelization on your French toast.
absolutely. Yes. So let's look at our French toast.
You can see that there. That's what we're talking about. The drier your bread, the more of that custard is going to be absorbed into it and give you that nice custardy texture that you're looking for with your French toast.
We're gonna add a little bit of butter.
So you want to make sure you get a nice coating of the butter over the entire pan or cooking surface that you're using. If you're using electric griddle, it's the same thing. And what that does is it gives you a nice caramelization, even caramelization over your entire French toast. And this is what you're looking for right here. This perfect caramelization. Like it's a nice caramelized flavor and sweetness, and it'll add a nice crunchy texture to the softer inside of the bread.
Speaking of crunchy, what I like to do as soon as I flip it is add some thick sugar crystals and also some cinnamon just to the top, just to give it a little punch.
That French toast looks fantastic.
That looks so good too.
Salmon hash. Now we have to finish it off.
Wow.
What is a brunch without some beautiful hollandaise?
Beautiful. Ready to brunch?
Let's do this.
Don't forget to visit betweentheeatstv.com and don't forget to subscribe.
And let us know what you think on the comments below.
All right, let's dig in. Is it good?
They're great.
Wow. That's good.